We all have our go-to tools that we grab whenever something needs fixing. After doing a bit of research, I have added WD-40 to my arsenal of quick fix-it tools. The inexpensive product is so versatile that the company's official website claims it has over 2,000 uses. How many of them do you know about? Check out this list and then head to the hardware store to pick yourself up a can or 3 of the magic that is WD-40. You'll feel like a genius and will impress all your friends at the same time. You won't believe what WD-40 can do in your bathroom. Remove crayon from the wall. We all want to encourage our kids' creativity, but sometimes that means things get a little messy. If you've ever had your little artist take their work from paper to your walls, don't worry. WD-40 can help with this too. If you've got crayon marks on the wall, don't reach for a can of paint, reach for a can of WD-40. Spray some WD-40 onto a washcloth or paper towel and wipe away at the marks. With a little elbow grease, the crayon should buff out in no time. Keep pesky squirrels out of your bird feeder. Many people enjoy bird watching. It can be a pretty satisfying hobby. You buy or build a feeder, keep it stocked with delicious seeds, and get rewarded by seeing dozens of beautiful birds enjoying the bounty. Here's the thing, bird seed is actually pretty expensive, especially if you have a busy yard with lots of birds. You definitely don't want squirrels eating this precious seed and robbing from your bird buddies. WD-40 can help with that. Just squirt a little bit of it on the feeder's hanger, and squirrels will slide right off when they try to get to the food. Get rid of that lipstick stain. Lipstick on the collar is one of the most common ways to tell if a man is having an affair, in books and movies, at least. In real life, there are plenty of legitimate ways that lipstick and other cosmetics items can end up on clothing. Makeup is one hard stain to remove, but WD-40 can help. It's one of the most effective ways to remove makeup from cloth. Just a dab of it will work as a pre-treatment before you wash the tarnished item of clothing. Make tarnished silver look new again. Silver looks great when it's shiny and new, but over time all silver, even the best stuff, will begin to tarnish and look lackluster. Instead of putting your silver in a donation bin, try this hack. Simply spray down your silver items with WD-40. Let the coat of WD-40 sit for 10 minutes or so and then wipe everything down with a washcloth and warm water. Repeat whenever necessary with this simple trick that should leave your silver looking new and elegant again. Fly. A lot of people swear by WD-40 as an insect repellent. While it might not be as pleasing to smell as natural alternatives like citronella, eucalyptus, or cinnamon, it can be just as effective at keeping flies and gnats away. Just spray a little around your windows and windowsills, paying close attention to coating the screens too. Flies should stay out, keeping your home nice and bug-free. This is especially helpful during days of comfortable temperatures, when you might prefer to have your windows open. Get gum off your shoes. Is there anything WD-40 can't do? The miracle oil is also terrific for removing chewing gum from shoes or any other items it gets stuck to, even hair. Just spray it on and the gum will come off pretty easily. You might have to work on it for a bit, but it'll be much easier than without the WD-40. We bet A-list Hollywood star Kirsten Dunst wishes she had thrown a can of WD-40 in her purse before hitting the red carpet at the premiere of Spider-Man 2. It would have helped get that unsightly gum right off her satin heel. Scissor maintenance. Now this WD-40 tip was a surprise to us. You can use the oil to help keep your scissors maintained. Use, they tend to become dull, dirty, and rough. But WD-40 can turn that wear and tear around. Simply wipe some of the oil on your scissor blades. It will sharpen the blades and make your cutting tasks much smoother, almost like you have a brand new set of scissors. This is a great idea before a big project, like wrapping a ton of presents for the holidays. Coming up, there's an easier way to remove stubborn stains in the bathroom. Open rusty locks. This is one WD-40 use you might have already heard about, but it's a good one to include in case you didn't know about it. WD-40 can be used to open up locks that have become rusted over. Whether you find buried treasure in a locked box or just left your bike lock out in the rain too many times, it's safe to say that you'll probably need to open an old, rusted lock at some point. Be sure to keep some WD-40 on hand and it won't be an issue. Clean drip pans with ease. If you love to cook, then you know how much cooking can take a toll on your stovetop, particularly the drip pans. The drip pans work to catch all of the food that drips below the top of the stove, so naturally, they accumulate grease and other debris. Thanks to layers of buildup, cleaning drip pans is challenging, but you can use WD-40 to easily remove grease and grime. All you have to do is remove the burners from your stovetop so you can access the drip pans. Clean up loose debris and then spray a coat of WD-40 on the drip pans. Let sit for a few minutes and then wipe away with a warm washcloth. Loosen a stuck zipper. How many times have you gotten rid of clothing because it had a zipper that had become stuck? It can cost a pretty penny to pay a professional seamstress to repair or replace a broken zipper, so lots of clothing ends up getting tossed instead. It doesn't need to be, though, if you have some WD-40 on hand. Just spray a little bit of the miracle oil on a Q-tip and swab the spot where the zipper is getting stuck. It should loosen right up. If you're ever in a pinch and don't have your WD-40 handy, rubbing some lip balm can also help loosen a zipper. Remove toilet stains. No one likes cleaning and scrubbing the toilets in their home, but there is an easier solution to cleaning your porcelain throne than the old-fashioned way. Before you get down on your hands and knees to scrub away at those unsightly toilet bowl stains, reach for a can of WD-40 instead. Simply give the toilet bowl a generous coating of the stuff and let it sit for 20 or so minutes. Then, give your toilet bowl a good swipe with the brush as you normally would and flush away the stains. Defrost your windshield. Since WD-40 was originally developed as a protectant against corrosion and rust, it's great at repelling water anywhere. This even includes windshields that tend to become iced over in harsh winter weather. Before inclement weather hits, wipe just a little WD-40 on your windshield and other vehicle windows. Be sure to blend it in thoroughly so you can see through. And just like magic, your glass will be much easier to wipe down in the morning than if you hadn't treated it first. Another car tip is coming up next. Prevent your car doors from freezing shut. Speaking of cars, WD-40 can also prevent the rubber seals on your car doors from freezing shut overnight during the colder months. All you have to do is spray a little WD-40 onto the rubber seals. Using a washcloth to wipe the seals with WD-40 will help make sure they're fully and evenly coated. This simple trick takes just a few minutes and will make your mornings simpler. Trust us when we say that your future self will thank you. Remove sticky gunk. If you've ever removed a bumper sticker or some old tape, you know how frustrating it is to be left with all that sticky, gunky residue that's left over. Here's yet another problem that can be solved with a little WD-40. Just spray it on the spot and use a paper towel or rag to wipe it clean. The gummy adhesive will be gone in a jiffy. We personally use WD-40 to clean up gummy, sticky messes at least twice a month. Keep your sneakers looking their best. If your kicks are looking a little bit dirty these days, it might be time to treat them to some pampering with WD-40. In fact, People who are serious about keeping their sneakers looking like new swear that WD-40 is a shoe's best friend. It's super easy, just spray your shoes down with the oil and wipe off the excess with a clean cloth. If you wanted to take it a step further, WD-40 can also be used to waterproof your shoes. Read on to learn how. Waterproof your shoes. WD-40 is the MVP of the winter season. Not only can the product help prevent snow build-up on your windshield, but it can also help protect your shoes and keep your feet warm on the snowiest days. To waterproof, you're just going to leave the WD-40 on the shoe without wiping any of it off. Water won't be able to penetrate your sneakers fabric after this treatment. Better yet, this will also remove any salt stains your shoes acquired during the winter months. Prevent yard cuttings from sticking to your shears. If you're a gardener, you know how frustrating it can be when foliage you're cutting gets stuck to your shears. You have to keep stopping to wipe the shears down, and the stuck-on plants make the blades duller and less effective at cutting. Grab your can of WD-40 and you've got this problem solved. All it takes is a little spray up and down the length of the shears blades. You can lightly wipe them down if desired and get right back to your gardening. Unstick piano keys. Sticky or sluggish piano keys are a real drag to anyone who's trying to play. Just one stuck key can really ruin a perfectly good song. Luckily for pianists everywhere, WD-40 is also good for this common household problem. You want to get a can with a smart straw in order to direct the oil to the precise spot that's sticking. Just spray a small amount to the affected area and you'll be playing your favorite song in no time, without the annoying sticking action. Easily remove water stains from shower doors. Glass shower doors can easily become dirty over time. Build up from soap, scum and other bathroom products like body wash and shampoo can really be tough to remove. And hard water deposits are notoriously difficult to wash away. WD-40 to the rescue yet again. Its water-displacing properties make it the perfect product to clean those stubborn shower doors. Just open the shower door and spray the entire surface with a light coating of WD-40. Then allow the product to sit for a few minutes and wipe it off with a clean cloth. You might have to repeat this process a couple of times depending on how much buildup is on your shower door. Coffee and tea stains are a thing of the past. Even the biggest coffee and tea fans in the world get annoyed with their favorite beverage's tendency to leave ugly stains on things. Well, you can enjoy that delicious pick-me-up without worry after you read this tip. WD-40 can safely remove coffee and tea spots from materials like cotton, leather, ceramic tile, and even carpet. And it's easy as can be. Just spray it on, wait a few minutes, and gently rub it in as a pre-wash, for clothing items. Ta-da! Good as new. Cracked phone screen? WD-40 can fix it. It might be hard to believe that WD-40 can take care of so many problems. But it can, making it a truly miraculous product. Here's another example of a common problem that WD-40 can help with: cracked phone screens. It won't completely cure the crack or scratches but can improve the screen's appearance. Just spray it on and wipe it off with a dry, clean cloth. It will at least buy you some time until you're able to purchase a new phone. Remove bugs from your windshield. Yuck. No one likes having a windshield that's coated with bugs, especially if you're familiar with love bug season. Not only is it disgusting to look at, but it's a hazard that can prevent you from seeing clearly through your windshield. Luckily for you, the magic of WD-40 can help out with buggy messes. Spray your windshield and be sure to coat all the buggy areas. The WD-40 will soften everything as you let it sit for a few minutes. Then you can easily wipe the mess away. You can use WD-40 on bumpers too, and anywhere else on your car that bugs might be a problem. Fill a flat tire with WD-40. Yes, you read that right. You can actually fill a flat or popped tire with a can of WD-40. We want to point out that this hack is a dangerous one, as it involves fire. You basically just use the WD-40 and a lighter to ignite a flame. As Popular Mechanics explains, the expanding gases during an explosion set the tire bead, then you need to quickly jump in to extinguish any existing flames and immediately start inflating the tire. We think we might leave this one to the pros. Ring stuck on your finger? WD-40 can help. Many of us have experienced the panic that comes along with having a ring stuck on your finger. Whether you're trying on someone else's jewelry or your own ring is just too small for you after gaining a bit of weight, it's good to know how to get a stuck ring off your finger safely. While liquid soap can work in a pinch, WD-40 is the quickest way to loosen up a too tight ring. Just squirt a small amount around the ring and ease it off. You'll want to wash your hands thoroughly afterward. Keep bathroom mirrors fog-free. A foggy bathroom mirror is no fun and can add time to your grooming routine as you try to get ready to leave the house in the morning. It's a problem that bothers a lot of people. A Redditor named P Money shared this tip for using WD-40 on bathroom mirrors. Lasts for a long time. Spray a bit, just a bit, of WD-40 on a soft rag and wipe it on your mirror until the mirror is residue-free and clear again. Your mirror won't fog up while showering. Reapply when it stops working after a month or so. Make your air filters more effective. Many people advise using a light spray of WD-40 on an air filter before you install it in your air conditioning system. You can do this every time you do a routine filter change. The WD-40 helps the filter become exponentially more effective, according to a Money Crashers blogger. This can drastically cut down on the amount of dust you breathe at home. It did seem like I was breathing cleaner air in my home. Later, when I went to change out a filter that I had sprayed with WD-40, it seemed to have filtered a great deal more dust than normal, reported the blogger. Clean the refrigerator. WD-40 in the refrigerator? You'd better believe it. Many people swear that the substance is terrific for cleaning those difficult to remove food particles and spills that happen so often in the refrigerator. It's also a great mildew remover. To try this hack out, start by removing everything from the fridge. Once it's empty, use some WD-40 and a rag to clean everything thoroughly. Be sure to clean away all traces of the WD-40 before returning food to your now sparkling refrigerator. Quiet those squeaky hinges. This is one of the uses for WD-40 that most people are familiar with. It's the absolute best way to quiet a squeaky door. And many people find that unsqueaking loud hinges is a satisfying task to take care of. Just coat the squeaky hinges with the oil and open and close the door a few times to be sure the WD-40 is really worked in. Use a dry cloth or paper towel to wipe off any excess. Then, sit back and enjoy the sound of silence when your door is opened or closed. Remove scuff marks from walls and trim. Okay, now we've heard everything. Using WD-40 to remove scuff marks from the wall is not even something we would have considered, and EHOW recommends it for those stubborn marks on baseboards, too. Use a water displacement spray, such as WD-40, to remove stubborn scuff marks from white trim, the site suggests. Moisten the area with the spray and wipe gently with a clean cloth. Avoid using excessive pressure so the paint is not removed from the trim. Make dry toothpaste stains disappear. Even the neatest of us can make an occasional mess in the bathroom. In fact, someone I know very well has a tendency to drop toothpaste into the sink and forget about it until it's hardened into an unsightly stain. WD-40 can take care of toothpaste messes just as easily as the many other problems it fixes. Just spray a little bit of WD-40 onto the dried toothpaste. Give it a couple of minutes to work its magic, then scrub the toothpaste right down the drain. And be sure to rinse the sink out every time you brush your teeth to avoid this problem in the future. Remove permanent marker from dry erase boards. It can happen to the best of us. We're preparing to give a presentation and realize too late that we've used a permanent marker on the company's dry erase board. Or maybe your kids got into the permanent markers and messed up the whiteboard you use to assign chores at home. There's no need to toss those marked up whiteboards, just use some WD-40 to clean the permanent marker off. After you've done that, spray a little Windex or another cleaner onto the board and wipe it down so it's not too greasy to write on. Deter wasps from building nests. In a Reddit channel called Life Pro Tips, user InExplorator shared a cool tip for using WD-40 to prevent wasps from building a nest. I haven't seen a nest for years in my yard, thanks to WD-40. On a whim I sought out the tiny beginnings of wasp nests along the eaves, knocked each little one down, and put a quick, small blast of WD-40 where the nest used to be. Fast forward 5 years now since this experiment began, and I have not seen a single wasp nest anywhere I treated with a little spray of WD-40. Nice. Separate stuck Lego blocks. Some of WD-40's benefits are more fun than others. This is definitely a fun one. You can use the stuff to separate Lego blocks that have become stuck together. Just give the stuck blocks a quick spray and wait a few seconds before pulling them apart. Some Lego fans believe that WD-40 could be harmful to the type of plastic that the blocks are made of. So it's recommended that you wash your Lego blocks thoroughly with regular soap and water after applying WD-40. Keep cat droppings from sticking to moving parts of electric litter boxes. Electronic cat litter boxes that self-clean are wonderful time savers to pet owners. But there's one unintended problem with using these for your kitty's needs. Cat waste tends to stick to the rake that sifts through the litter. There's a simple solution to this problem that uses, you guessed it, WD-40. Just spray a bit on the raking device and your kitty's mess won't stick to it anymore. WD-40 can also be used on the box's other moving parts to make sure all they glide smoothly and quietly. Clean your bathroom grout. Bathroom grout is one of those spots that can be really difficult to clean. The moist environment in a bathroom can really spur mildew growth that seems to love hanging out in your grout. But nothing ever really gets the grout as clean as you'd like it to be. Until now. Get out that WD-40 and a sponge, and go to town on your bathroom tile. It will work miracles on the grout, making everything look like new. Wash any WD-40 residue away afterward with regular soap and water. Keep shovels cleaner and protected. Having clean shovels, and other tools, might not be your most pressing concern, but it's worth mentioning. WD-40 can help clean a variety of tools as well as keep them protected. The WD-40 website says that the product works well on shovels, sprinkler heads, rakes, and wheelbarrows as a light lubricant, rust preventative and cleaner. WD-40 is often used to coat tools before storing them and is also beneficial against rain and water damage because it prevents rust. It's definitely worth protecting your tools as they're a pretty costly investment. Shine Mother of Pearl Items home repair expert Bob Vila is quite familiar with WD-40 and all the terrific things it can do. One little known use for the oil is that it makes a great polish for Mother of Pearl items, and a bunch of other stuff. On his website, Vila writes, "What do DVDs, Mother of Pearl, seashells, restaurant booths, stethoscopes, and artificial flowers have in common? They can all be cleaned and polished with WD-40. This product is a lifesaver when traditional soap and water methods fail. Vila recommends spraying the product on and using a clean rag to wipe away any excess. Remove barnacles from the bottom of boats. Any boater knows that barnacles are a real pain. They're sharp and are really difficult to remove. But you can make the experience of cleaning barnacles much more pleasant if you add some WD-40 to the mix. Just spray the area generously with WD-40 and wait a couple of minutes. Then, use a putty knife to scrape the barnacles off. You might have to repeat this process a few times, but you'll find that the WD-40 makes things a lot more simple. Finish up with some sandpaper for a perfectly smooth finish. Protect patio furniture from sun damage. WD-40 is a blessing for patio furniture. It can remove rust and oxidation from metal chairs and tables. It can also be used to protect plastic furniture from sun damage and rain, which can lead to cracking and color fading. To protect your furniture, just spray the WD-40 onto the plastic and then wipe it clean with a dry cloth. And if the furniture is already damaged by the sun or other elements, a little bit of WD-40 will bring a shiny finish back. Remove Kool-Aid stains. If you've ever spilled Kool-Aid, then you're well aware of the mess it can make. Especially if it's red Kool-Aid. But don't worry about the drink-leaving permanent stains as long as you have some WD-40 handy. Your technique is important when dealing with a tough spill. You must spray and blot. Do not rub the Kool-Aid deeper into the carpet. Just continue blotting the spot until it's gone. It could take a while, but your carpet will eventually look as good as new again. Open frozen mailbox stores. One person who had recently moved to Alaska and experienced a frozen mailbox shared this story on a discussion board for fellow Alaskans. I called our post office to ask them how to open my frozen mailbox, and she told me to spray some WD-40 on the key and in the keyhole, then smack the mailbox a few times with a rubber mallet. It took me a few minutes, but hooray, it worked. I was able to open the box and get my mail. See, even postal experts recommend this WD-40 hack. Keep leaves shiny on artificial houseplants. This tip is for those of you who are extremely detail-oriented. There's no need to buy expensive commercial leaf shine sprays for your artificial plants. You can just use a little WD-40 on those leaves for the same shiny effect at a fraction of the cost. An application of WD-40 will also repel dust from landing on the leaves. And since it's also known to deter insects, it might also help keep your houseplants free of bugs. Triple bonus.